Oh, fuck.
DJ.
All right, so do the intro, bro. Are you scared? Quit
No.
stalling, bro. Are you stalling?
No, why are you putting me on the spot, bro? Why are you doing that? Why are you yelling? No.
You yelling at me.
You can't be talking in the background, too.
Yeah, shut up. He never wants to talk while he's on the podcast.
Yeah, right? He just sits there and looks.
DJ is what I call an off-framer.
He's
talk while
definitely the
I'm
guy.
off-frame.
He's definitely the guy you want
All
in
right,
the
intro.
background.
Go. This isn't pressure. You've had plenty.
Pressure.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Dish Pit Podcast. It is now 7:17 on Wednesday, October 21st, 2020. Thank you for tuning in to now episode number
52.
52.
Right. I am your co-host today, Jay Fandango. We are joined by these two lovely gentlemen.
Yes, I am here from Channel 3. This is your boy Mark, also known as The Crow.
He is dressed to
You are
impress this
dressed
evening.
like a news anchor right now.
You and our G are dressed quite opposite right now.
And as you all know by now, Chocolate Daddy,
Chocolate
aka
Daddy.
Papa Tumbe.
You added something.
Yeah,
like
aka
that.
Papa Tumbe.
So do you
yeah.
use either of those as your gamer
Oh,
tag?
they're interchangeable. Yes, I've had them both around for quite some time.
This
Wow,
just
nice.
in, I'm getting from the studio that no one is going to call a grown man Chocolate Daddy.
Maybe a
You
woman.
would be surprised.
Maybe a woman.
Oh yeah.
If I was playing online with you, I'd probably be like, I'd call you daddy. That's what I'd call you.
All right, so a lot of people call me Choco Pops.
Nah, bro. Choco Pops.
Choco
A lot of people
That
call
sounds
me
like a
Choco
generic
Pops.
cereal.
I know, and I it's acceptable, but the ladies call me Chocolate
All right,
Daddy,
chocolate
at
father.
least.
Cocoa father.
Cocoa Father. That's
I started the Cocoa
Is that
Pops
worse
thing.
than Cocoa
I think
Pop-
it's a little-
Choco Pops or whatever?
How about Coco Dad?
I used to be
Cocoa
called...
Dad.
My other
Cocoa
nickname is,
Pops.
other than Jay Fandango, I have Jaybird as well. That British started calling me that one day and it just kind of stuck.
I remember the first time I said that to you, too. I was like, Jaybird, and you're like, ah.
You know, it had to grow on me because I had never had a nickname before.
Yeah, mine's just always been Mike.
I'm gonna call you Michaelopedia. I've decided.
Michaelopedia.
But you also have Mikey Miguel.
I-
You have Mikito.
Mikito, that's the new one. Mikito.
Michael G.
They don't
called
call
you
me. Oh, yeah.
Cesar
does.
called you Michael G. I think that's just trying to piss you off.
Yeah. So then I throw it
Devin.
back at him every time because I act like he doesn't speak English well. Because he really doesn't. But he's like, hey, Mike D. And I'm like, McGee? What the fuck is McGee, bro? And everybody starts laughing. Like, all the cooks start laughing. I'm
It's
like, speak
really
fucking
easy
English,
to make
dude.
them laugh, bro.
I know. You should have seen it, though. I had him rolling on the ground the other day because I did this Cesar impression because Cesar was like talking shit. And I'm like, look here, you toothless bastard. If you're over here talking shit about trying to fuck me. I was like, this is what you look like. And I did this impression of him, like, carrying the plates. And he has this thing where we've discussed it before on the podcast where he drools.
Just a little bit.
And, like, it's when he's laughing really hard. Like, when he's like, like,
Oh,
he's like,
no.
like spitting. Like, and now, in all fairness, he's laughing and spitting on the dishes before they go in the dishwasher, okay? Because he's like, right there.
I don't think that's an excuse for getting your DNA on dishes.
He has a
that
mask
other
on.
people
He has a
use.
mask. Now, no, since the COVID.
So he's slobbering into his mask, and it's visible from the outside,
Yeah.
and this is why you
Well,
know.
yeah, no. During the COVID, you just know the slobbers in there. But before the COVID, when you had to wear the mask, yeah, it was kind of fucking stupid. But so I would do this impression with where I just like laughing and like fucking drool or like carrying plates and going, Mike, why you want to fuck me, Mike? Why you want to fuck me, Mike? And that's what he says like all the time. And he like carries the plates and he puts them up there like a certain way. And I was
This
talking
man
to
is crazy.
this
He's a very
man.
unsettling man.
It's
That's
very insane.
hilarious.
Creepy. That's all I can say about him.
Oh, speaking of the,
Yeah.
the antics at the restaurant, bro.
Oh, okay.
today-
I thought you were going to say, because I said creepy and I had an idea for the episode tonight.
Oh,
Did you tell him the idea? You didn't.
No.
I didn't. I forgot I have your fucking number. I'm sorry. I didn't text you. Like, I didn't tell you what the plan was for today, so you're going to be unprepared. So you can go last. But, Michael, finish what you were going to say.
All right.
I'll talk about that in a
I
little bit.
really didn't. Okay.
Yeah, well,
yeah, a little work today. We had the what do you call it? The profiled group of people that went in there today. You have certain people that go into this restaurant, right? You have the regulars, you have the old people, you have the business people, right? But then more importantly and often, people like talk about our restaurant, and it's like, what is
Church?
like? Then you have church people, but what are some of the things that you see that are out of the ordinary there? And one of the main things is you see a bunch of prostitution going on in there.
Oh, today during the afternoon?
Yeah, like normally, and especially I see it a lot during the day because it's always an older dude, an older white
Lots of
man,
free time.
and he's got himself a nice 20-year younger, but still older for us Asian chick. I've seen plenty of conversations at the restaurant go down straight through Google Translate, where they're talking to their phone, show the other person grabs their phone, looks at it, laughs, the girl talks into it, shows him, and then they order their food.
Is that an indication of prostitution?
Oh, yes.
Or maybe just like a Tinder date, maybe, or like a online thing, because
It's definitely an online thing. It's not.
there's some like people that don't speak
Okay.
English that still want to.
There's a fine line.
Don't really care if you don't speak their language.
Understood.
Yeah.
It is my experience in restaurants a lot. For
Did she
a
have the
long time.
prostitute vibe?
So she's dressed very, very nice and kind of showy.
Hold on. Very
Cleavage?
nicely and provocatively are kind of technically two separate things.
No, you can wear nice clothes and then be classy and still provocative.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
I'm talking about like an Asian style dress, but low cut,
Oh, it was
but it's
cut.
nice fabric. It's a nice
It was
dress.
how revealing are we talking
Yes.
here about?
Yeah. Well, I mean, you got the little cleavage and you got the slit.
But how long?
This man is wearing fucking dirty fucking jeans, boots, and a fucking plaid shirt. Not dressed nice enough to match the woman.
Well, we all know you're not just gonna get some Oriental Asian. You're not gonna get any Asian girl with no money. So
He had money for sure, right?
Oh, he had money for sure. He paid for the whole thing.
So
of course,
let's start there.
Did he
We
tip
don't
well,
know
He
technically
did
about
tip-
prostitution
he
because
tipped
usually,
very well.
if you're gonna get a prostitute, you don't take them to dinner.
No, because the older guys, they don't want to get prostitute. It's an escort. You
Yeah.
know, that's the thing about the older
High end.
crowd. This is fucking probably a Royal Oaks guy. He's not gonna go to fucking Bissonnette and pick some fucking chick up. You know, he's gonna call somebody and get somebody to go to his fucking place, right? And then what are you gonna do? You're just gonna have her go in there and then let's take her out to fucking eat or some shit.
I mean, if you're paying for it, why do you? have to
Money's not
wine
an
and
object to
dine?
these motherfuckers, you know.
Yeah, but why wine and dine if you're?
All right, okay, I see.
They
I
want
see
a
your point.
connection. G.
I feel you, G. Like I don't
I
They're
see
so
your-
old. And
think we could just say
No,
she
no.
might be a sugar baby. Like, yeah, you want these benefits, girl? You're gonna definitely have to.
She could
suck
be.
this 80-year-old eggplant emoji.
Yeah, no. No, and that also is a possibility, but to me that's actually prostitution too. If you want to put a fucking number on it, she's getting him to spend a lot of money on her, and all she has to do is give up fucking sex and happily ever after. She gets to do whatever the fuck she wants to do with that
I
money.
know a lot of
Sounds like a
foreign
whore to
women-
me.
A
That's
lot
what
of
we call a
foreign women
mutually parasitic
would trade
relationship.
their life in their country for that, even if it is to some ugly white dude that can finance a secure lifestyle.
Of course, you ever watch 90 Day Fiance or some
Yeah, I
bullshit
love that.
shit like that?
Love that.
That show is
So,
terrifying
man,
that it exists.
It is.
You've seen it?
Yeah.
That's
I've
why
seen it.
I would give like if
Like an
a girl
episode.
didn't speak
I know
the
the
same
concept.
language as me.
That's
I would
why.
definitely give it a
That's
chance.
why I understand where you're coming from with that. All right, but when I say prostitution, to me, like that whole shit, it's all.
It's a thin line. I get
It's a
you.
thin. That's why I was
And you
saying it's
see
a
it.
thin line. I see the line. I know it's a thin line. Legally, no, it's not prostitution, but morally, might be considered depending on how loose your morals are. Either way, shit was going down. Beginning of like my first table, and I was like, oh, this is interesting. Definitely getting the horror vibe from this table. So, but the guy was
Turns out they were just married.
so brings me to
Could
my
be.
Maybe a mail order bride.
maybe they weren't.
That's a whole new like.
None of
plot
them were
thickens,
wearing
right?
the appropriate jewelry for marriage.
I mean, some people don't believe in the whole.
Some people don't,
Yeah.
but not the rich people, okay? The rich people will have the fucking rings. The poor people are the ones that's like, we don't need any fucking ring to. I don't need 3 months' salary to pay for.
Yeah,
wedding.
They don't want to
That's
risk.
a fair point.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
If I could get away with skipping out of buying the fucking engagement ring or wedding ring in the whole situation, I fucking would, 100%.
They
If I
say
could-
you're supposed to save like 3 months' salary
3
at
months
least.
salary at least for the fuck.
$60K on a ring.
It'll
Never. Well, I mean,
never.
as much as I love Jay, $60K on a ring, like why?
But see, and it's all a point of view. Like if 60K was
Hold on,
if
you make
that's
1% of
$20,000 a month.
Yeah, 5K a week.
5K a week,
That's average.
that's average.
I level it out at
For business
5K
people.
because that's like the starting point was months and months and months ago. So like going into the next year, I think it'll be that, you know,
Gotcha.
a good way to like scale it. As of now, that's how it's been. When I started the polo things on Sundays, that was it. I was like, dang, it's been pretty consistent.
Well, we're all happy, bro. But still, back to my point. That shit was no fucking marriage. And then the next, so then I had some regulars, and that was all cool. And then this one other couple comes in, and I thought he was a younger dude. He had long hair, and he was wearing like that white flowing hippie style shirt. You know the one I'm talking about, with the no collar and a little cut right here, and then it just
Yeah.
kind of flowed down like.
Almost like an old timey pirate shirt.
Yeah, it was linen, but it wasn't like a loose one, It just was, and he had jeans on, he had skinny jeans, and he came in with this chick, she was attractive, Hispanic. They walk in, so I'm assuming they're a couple. Of course, they want to sit right at the bar, and I'm like, yeah, great. It's fucking 3:00. Y'all go ahead and sit at the bar. I'll take care of y'all. Y'all are awesome. Like, all right, so what can I get y'all to drink? And then he's like, oh, what do you want to eat? He's like, he was asking about wine. I got him some wine. He's like, oh, yeah, what do you want to drink? She asked about lemonade. Got her lemonade. And then he's like, oh, what do you want to eat? She's like, oh, I'm not hungry, Daddy. I'm just really thirsty right now. I just want my lemonade.
That's
So
Sugar Baby 101.
I went and before I went to get her lemonade, noticed that she had a big, huge ass fucking diamond wedding band on, not just a ring, it was the whole band. And I'm like, all right.
As long as they paying, they daddy. Yeah.
And so, yeah, she said daddy. So I'm walking to get her drink, and I'm thinking, oh, well, because he takes off his mask, and he has this big, long, gray beard. Like, his hair's not really gray. It's just kind of reddish, but and it's long. But he has this big, long, gray beard. So I'm like, all right, cool. I get a drink. I'm like, oh, that's his daughter. When I come back to bring his drink, her hand is on his, like, they're sitting at 101, 102, right there at the corner of the bar. So her hand is on his leg. I'm like, well, that's a pretty close father and daughter relationship right there. You know what I'm talking about? And so I'm like, well, it could still be. It could still be. And then I noticed his hand, no wedding ring, no wedding band. So I'm like, oh, maybe that's his daughter. He fucking is a douchebag about the fucking seafood enchiladas because he was like, when I came here years ago, I haven't been here in like 10 years. But y'all used to do the seafood enchiladas with flour tortillas. Y'all doing corn now. Can y'all do them with flour tortillas? And the only way we can actually do them with flour tortillas right now is because we actually have the small ones because we have a new menu item that has them. Normally, we wouldn't have the small flour tortillas at all. We would only have the 12-inch ones. So in my head, I'm like, yeah, we can do that. So I do it. I tell them, I'm like, let me just make sure because I know that they roll out the enchiladas, before they make them. And I go ask, and they're like, yeah, we can do it. Just make sure they know this is the only reason why. I'm like, I already told them. When I go back to tell them that we can do it, they are like holding hands, crossed feet, like with each other. And I was like, oh.
Crossed feet?
Yeah.
But it's-
and she's wearing
Don't demonstrate.
high heels. Let me demonstrate with
No.
you. G, let me show you.
Don't demonstrate.
Give me your
I'll
left
get
foot.
to it.
No, so then I'm like, oh, we got some adultery going on over here. And I had a table of regulars that was like within earshot. And so I was telling them about it. Like we're discussing it as the plot thickened, And I went back and they were like, oh my God, you should hear their conversation. He's talking about his sex life with her, and she's like saying this, that, and the other, like with him. I'm like, hell yeah. And it was so funny because that table of regulars that I was talking about, that I was talking to, it was Rose. It was Rose. And we were just discussing about how the lively clientele that we have here at Rockfish. And then the event happens like right in front of them, and I'm like, yeah, this is that shit. This is
old people be freaky and nasty.
Yeah,
and because when they reach that 65 to 70, 65 and up, as soon as they catching that check from being 55 and up, they nasty, bro, and they ain't even trying to hide it.
And they trying to get it while the getting is good. Like honestly, they're trying to get it.
Do you ever catch them old dudes touching the? I saw this dude pinch his girl's butt the other day. I was just like, ugh. But he, in his mind, he was like, yep, about to definitely tap that when I get home. And
I've seen old people do some crazy shit at Rockfish. I won't put people under blast right now, but they know who they are.
But that's an amazing feeling to know. Even, like, think about this. You're 70, right? You got your girl with you. Like,
that's
y'all
right.
just hit Buffalo Wild Wings, and for sure, you fucking tonight. And you 70 something, like, that's a great
and
feeling.
your girl is
like,
nice and young and cute, like
her
Sounds
skin
like a
is
good life.
skin is nice and tight. We had that conversation like 10 episodes ago about fucking Harry when y'all were trying to like give me shit about Harry, and I had to tell everybody to fuck off because like Harry still deserves to die. I don't give a shit.
Bringing it back, Becca.
Bringing it back, bro. He still deserves to die. Call me fat, bro. Fuck him.
Oh, so we're still on that.
Yeah,
I was like, you didn't do
I'm not gonna
anything
let
new?
that go, man.
Yeah,
He's
man.
a fucking creeper asshole. He's what we're talking about. That's that creepy shit.
Segue.
Yeah, segue to creepy shit. Yeah.
good segue, actually.
But yeah, so since this is still October, I thought it'd be a good idea if we shared some spooky stories, if you have any. I have one. I was gonna let I'll let Mark go first.
Cool. This is brought to you by Snoop Dogg. He
Not in
wanted
that
me to
suit.
tell y'all.
For
This is where
shizzle.
it's at.
Looks
Shout
like
out
it's,
Bob Marley.
Looks like
Scary
it-
story, creepy story.
Either, I mean,
looks like it's brought to you by Brian Williams
So
right now.
check this out. I swear to God, we saw aliens one time. But I've gotten too far ahead of the story. We threw a party. We threw a party. It was like
We gotta take a shot.
the
for
same
it.
day as senior skip day. So we all threw a party. Everybody met up where we were throwing this party, and it got lit. A bunch of people came. TVs got broken. People got kicked out.
It's the signs of a good party.
Bro, this party was so big that when we kicked people out, a helicopter circled our neighborhood and shined a light on the people in the street. Because they wouldn't leave fast enough.
Wow.
This is before, like, I don't even think Uber was a thing yet. So everybody mama was parking along the street in the tray, picking up their kids and shit. And the laws came through and broke it up. So everybody leaves. And we threw the party. We promoted it pretty good. And all the girls had stayed at one of our homegirls' house. So, you know, we horny teenagers. We trying to...
Get it in.
Yeah, bro, we trying to get out this house.
Yeah, get out of there.
But
Yeah.
of course we threw a party, and this boy's mom was adamant about, if you throw a party in my house, you're gonna have to clean up the whole house. And we was like, look, that's a bet.
Ugh.
And we split the money with her. I think we made like $1,300. So I was like, all right, yeah, we made some good money. We split it up. We cleaned up, and the
You
girls
made
hit us up. It's like,
$1,300.
yeah.
Nice. Oh,
We
damn.
the girls are hitting us up. You remember, they were hitting us up on Facebook Messenger. My friend still had a BlackBerry. They were texting him on. I still had a Razor phone, bro.
BlackBerry.
This was
Oh,
happening.
this like late high school,
Bro,
like right after.
I had a Razor, bro.
yeah, I remember this.
2006
had a
is what it
razor.
was. I did too.
And-
Everybody had a razor, right?
I was in 6th grade.
So the
I
way
didn't have a razor.
the
I
way-
had like a regular
2006, I
old
was
flip
a
phone.
sophomore.
the way
Go
the
ahead.
house we're staying in is set up,
I was in Iraq.
there's this room with this big window, and the pool table looks out at the window, and from the window you can see the Mosaic. If you've ever been to Third Ward, if you've ever been
Yes.
down 288,
Yeah,
if
I
you've
know
ever
exactly
been
where it is.
downtown,
I know exactly what
you
you're
know
talking
the
about.
Mosaic. We can see the Mosaic, and just past it, you know that the medical center is there.
Yeah.
So where the helicopters land, emergency, you know,
Right on top of that.
it's red.
Yeah.
So just being there, you realize, okay, No one is like landing a plane on us. No one is like trying to kill us. It's a helicopter. This is a medical emergency. You
Yes.
get used to it and you're like, all right, that was a helicopter. Bro, tonight, I swear, it wasn't no helicopter, bro. This like green yellow circle sphere hovers up and starts spinning. I'm like, hey yo,
Fireworks, bro.
y'all see this? Everybody comes over. I pull my phone. I had it on record.
Like just a big circle of light,
Bro, I had a 13-second video of this thing hovering and then taking off into the night sky, and then the night goes back blue.
We are in Texas. That's where NASA is, so they might be doing tests.
I don't live near no damn NASA.
There is an Air Force base
that's near
close by.
Galveston.
Yeah, I don't live near NASA, bro.
Okay, put it in perspective. How far is NASA away from here?
33 miles.
33 miles.
Because it's going towards the airfield.
If they're testing
Ellington
like
Air Force Base.
Ellington, yeah.
How far is that away from here?
That's like 40 miles, bro.
Yeah, 35, 37,
Yeah, we
37
live-
miles,
yeah.
right? If you're in an F-22,
It's not
how
out
fast
of-
is it going to take you to get
They
from
travel
there?
minute.
700 to
750 miles
they're
an hour.
traveling very fast.
Couple minutes.
There was no
2 minutes.
sound
2 minutes.
barrier broken. There was nothing, bro.
The sound barrier won't break until you break it, though. You can travel up to 633 miles an hour
It was-
without breaking
Mike,
the sound barrier.
It went from a hover to like disappearance, like we noticed it getting further away until it was gone.
So what
And
you're
then we
saying
went
is
to
you
go see
didn't
the
hear
girl.
any sound at all?
None, bro.
No
None.
sound at
You
all.
know how the hell, like even
No
the
projection
helicopter-
system, no roar, no
This
like.
hover, how far above the ground was it?
Okay, that's a good question.
So like, we're in a 2-story house. We're on the second floor.
You can see
I'm
the-
looking at the roof of the house across the street, and I guess because of the distance, it's floating over this house. You know what I'm saying? And you know how the fog in the sky is, like right where the skyline starts.
Okay.
It's in between the skyline and the top of this house. So I know that it's hovering potentially over not the medical center, but the neighborhood. Not like the helicopter was earlier. You know what I'm saying? It's shining this yellow-green light. You know what I'm saying? Do helicopters do that?
Both yellow and green?
Yellow
Or-
and green,
or
bro.
a yellowish green?
Yellow and green.
That sounds like China to me.
No, I see what G's saying though, because if it's a yellowish green, it could still be yellow and green. Just like, well, he's trying to get is like, was it spinning
We
or was
noticed
it like?
rotate, hover up, take off.
Could be a weather balloon.
It was the freakiest shit ever. It
What
didn't
is it? It's
stop
not
us from sneaking out
1945.
going to see the girls. But that whole night
don't
we
have
were
those
talking
anymore?
about it. I had the clip. We kept looking at it.
Weather
and
balloon.
It was just that moment. Like, we're not crazy.
That
We're
is
not
pretty
crazy.
creepy. That is pretty creepy. I actually have a couple of stories that would go towards this, but I'll go last, like Jordan said.
Yeah. I've seen some crazy shit out there. Like, have you ever driven to California like in the middle of the night? I've done that trip 3 times.
Bro, weather balloons are still used. They're used to measure temperature, pressure, and humidity.
Who does? 8th graders?
Bro, the news channels, like, the people that tell the weather.
Yeah, the ones who are notorious for not knowing what the fuck the
59
weather
would
is
be
going to
facing
be.
the
Only
opposite way.
sometimes.
You would get on 59
There's no way
facing
to
downtown
100%
and go, that way. It was facing the whole opposite direction, bro. Like
No
there
one
was-
understands the directions of what you're saying.
well, no one that's probably listening does.
They're like,
but
what?
Thing to me that would define like, first of all, UFO just means unidentified flying object. It just means it's unidentified. It doesn't by you.
And that's all I was
It
saying.
doesn't mean
yeah.
that it's unidentified
Weather
by
balloon, bro.
the government. Okay,
That's what I'm talking about.
So it's like, if I were to see something go like this and then that, I'd be like, that is not a part of what I know. But I have driven through Roswell, New Mexico at 2 a.m. We all know about Roswell, New Mexico, right?
Of course.
Area 51, baby.
Yeah. So, the first where the aliens crashed. When you're out there, the stars are horizon to horizon in all directions.
Because there's no light pollution out there.
None. You can literally see the Milky Way, the edge of the galaxy,
We should
how
go
it
trip out.
clusters.
Hey,
I would love to
yeah,
do that.
I'm down.
We should
Y'all
go
remember
trip out
Paul?
there.
We should take that UFO sightings trip where you go to
Y'all-
all the different.
We
Y'all let me know when you're trying to do it, and I will take off from work.
for
Like,
real
Yeah.
though.
I'm
We're
down.
planning a trip. That
We could
sounds
knock
awesome.
that
I'll put the
motherfucker
shorts
out.
to the side right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
I just had a friend that actually just went to New Mexico, and she was sending me all these pictures.
Now's the
and
perfect time to
it's
go out and
beautiful
fucking
there. Like,
camp too. The weather is perfect
I'm
right
down.
now.
Whenever y'all are down.
It's like
We could make
fucking-
like a winter trip of it.
Yeah, because it doesn't really get too cold. It gets cold at night. I mean, in the 50s, and then in the upper 70s during the day.
Yeah, we would need to.
I'm down for the road trip, y'all.
Dude,
and then you
for
said
real.
beautiful scenery.
Bro,
so like,
It's
yeah.
beautiful.
Here's another place.
I'll show
What
you
are we
the
talking
pictures.
about? You talking about renting an RV?
Oh fuck, there's not
If we
that
all split it,
expensive.
Michael's driving. But
We
yeah.
can take turns driving.
Yeah, we'd have to take turns.
No one
driving,
wants to just
yeah.
drive the whole fucking time.
I do have experience driving big trucks,
Me
long
too.
distances,
Lots of
U-Hauls.
I've driven
U-Hauls.
a few.
I pulled trailers, but I still
I used to drive an
don't wanna
ambulance
drive
as well.
Oh, that's good. That's good too.
Really?
It used to be an ambulance, but it was retrofitted to be like a wheelchair van.
I pulled
Oh,
those
that's cool.
goosenecks and
Yeah,
those
so it
15
basically drove like a regular old
Another
busted up
place that's really
ambulance.
cool, Flagstaff, Arizona. It's right off of I-10. It's like
Flank stiff?
it's 10 miles away from the Grand Canyon.
Are you telling your creepy story?
No, I was just talking about cool
Okay.
places to go if we're gonna do this. If we're gonna do this
Vacation
road trip.
talk.
Yeah,
Vacation
talk.
time, brother.
Yeah, I mean, like,
Vacation.
it's awesome. You had the painted desert there. My creepy story, though,
I'll go after you.
it's actually a true story.
Creepy true story.
I don't tell this to people. I really don't.
You've never said it?
I've never said it to, like, friends.
You haven't told me?
I haven't told you.
We will now.
Who have you told?
Just somebody, like, if I'm in a relationship with somebody and,
okay.
like,
Close. Yeah.
yeah. Like,
Wow, so
you know,
Laurel knows and I don't.
no, I don't think I've ever told Laurel.
Message.
It
Message.
has to be brought up. But it is kind of creepy, and it is true. It is a personal story, which that's why I find those are the best ones, you know?
Yes, sir.
So, little backstory. I talk about my grandfather on my mother's side a lot because I was practically raised by him for the first 5-6 years of my life. My grandfather, who I really idolized on my father's side, I never met. I talk about him a lot. He was a career Marine. He was a drill instructor. He was like 5'3", but he was an asshole.
Vicious.
He was a drill instructor. All right. My father's friends were scared to fucking death of my grandfather. All of my father's friends and my uncles and shit, they lived in fear. My dad wanted to join the Marine Corps to be like him, but he said, I didn't serve 22 years in the fucking Corps, so you can be a fucking Marine, go out there and die, so fuck you, you're going to college. Was literally the conversation my dad told me. So that being said, I never met him. You need to know this. So fast forward, I'm in first grade. I'm playing recess. I'm hanging upside down on the monkey bars. That's what I like to do. Batman had just came out. It's like fucking 1990 and shit, you know? So I'm hanging upside down like fucking the first original Tim Burton's Batman. Remember that scene where Bruce Wayne is just like, or Michael Keaton's just like hanging upside down with his legs in that fucking thing, just like swinging, and the music's like playing, and he's just kind of like stretching, like right after you see that he's Batman. I was like, fuck, that's badass. So I was doing that. And then this stupid fucking bitch, Amanda Kazmarski, she's walking across the top of the monkey bars. Oh yeah. She's walking across the top of the monkey bars, and she fucking kicks my fucking knee while I'm hanging on there. Like, I'm on there, and she like kicks me. I fall. And as I'm falling, I put my arm out, I guess, instinctively to brace my fall. I land right on that. But as soon as I hit the ground, unconscious. I wake up. All the kids are like around me. It's really eerie. It was really like, the only other time I've experienced it is whenever I had my legs shot out from under me in Iraq, and I hit the fucking ground and got knocked out, and then came back from that.
I had something like that. I fell out of a tree.
Yeah. And
Thinking you're gonna
everything
die.
just starts coming. Like, everything's just kind of like cloudy. You can hear people talking. You start to see things. It's like you can only hear your own breathing, and then things start
Yeah.
clicking. Like, you can hear shit, things like that.
So just
Yeah,
like
I
in the
can see, and I
movies,
can
like
see in
when
focus.
somebody gets hit by a bomb nearby, and
It's
there's,
really
like,
kinda
your
like
ears
that.
are
It's like
ringing.
shell
Like,
shock.
in my brain, all the stuff all the stuff that I was viewing where it was like cloudy and stuff, I was viewing that in real time, but in my brain in real time, I thought I was dreaming until everything clicked back into reality. And I knew that was just, and I'm 7 years old. All right.
Wow.
So I get up, I realize I can't move my arm and it's freaking me out. I don't know what the fuck to do. So I go to the closest like pole, like in the fucking, and I put my arm around it and I pull it apart. Like you can hear bones cracking because my arm was up like this. I stretch it out to like this. And then my teacher fucking grabs me and like pulls me away. Next thing you know, nurse's office, hospital, major surgery on my arm. I had completely shattered my elbow. I come out of surgery. You can see the scar.
Yeah, I can still see. Yeah, I can see.
So this is the scar, and I had 6 giant pins, 6-inch pins, put into my arm. You can see where the dots are, right? Boom, boom, boom. And then one pin that was revolutionary at the time. Doctors had just figured it out. It's now standard. But it was a pin that would eventually become part of my bone. All right? It was like it would expand and then eventually become bone. And that's where that dot is right there. And that's what holds my arm together. So, I come out of the surgery. I'm in a dark room. I don't know what the fuck's going on. Scared. I don't see my parents at all. I don't get to see them. Come out. And I'm in a dark hospital room. This is my first time ever in a hospital. I don't know that I can call a nurse. I don't know anything. I'm 7 years old. The only thing I see is this painting on the wall. And it's a painting that I later learned is just a fish. It's just 5 fish on the painting. It's a painted. But then I start seeing, like, I see like a person, like at night, like when you're a kid and you start seeing like, how you can see shit.
Yeah.
Like your eyes.
You
make yourself,
you can
like,
see
I guess,
a face in the wall.
as an
But
adult,
once you see it, it doesn't go away.
It doesn't
Yeah.
go
That's the
away.
problem.
Yeah.
And then you get up and you look and you're like, there's nothing fucking
There's
there. And you
nothing
get back
there
and
and
like,
get
just
back.
the way the light, the little bit of light that you have and what you can see in the closet, your eyes, your brain, you make out these fucking creepy faces.
Yeah, and then you can kind of see like light
Yeah.
flashing.
I do that
in
all the
pattern.
time.
So I'm looking at and I see, and it's a silhouette of a person, and then the person is coming more into vision. So what I see, I can describe you as an older man. He's wearing a wife beater, a white tank top. Like
Yeah, you can't
I don't
say
mean to
that
say like
anymore.
wife beater, and I'm not calling you a wife beater G, okay?
I was like,
You
A
are-
wife beater.
Sir.
I would, if that came out on the news that happened, like you would like, I would be like, I'm in shock. I would never thought he would be ever capable of that because he's a good guy.
No, fuck
Anyway,
him.
so I saw tattoos, okay, glasses, and a cane. I remember the cane because the cane had like, it had like hieroglyphs on it. I would be able to describe it at that time.
But you recognized it,
I
even at that age.
I just knew it was a cane.
Yeah.
I just knew it was a cane. All right. I'm
Thinking
seeing
back on it, it looked like hieroglyphs.
thinking back on it at that time, in my brain, it registered as like a hieroglyph, like a symbol, right? Painted symbols on the cane, right?
Was he a shaman?
So then a year later, now I've said this several times on the podcast, how my father was a huge mama's boy, and that we would go to San Antonio every other weekend and spend the weekend at my grandmother's house. We'd get there on Friday night, leave Sunday during the day, right? Every other weekend for as long as I could fucking remember, we did this. Until like we were like in high school, like I was like 15, 16. So, and then holidays, of course, if we're going to be with holidays, we wouldn't go there that week. Anyway, so I'm at my grandmother's house. This is like 8 months later, because we didn't go during that time because I had to have a soft cast. I had to have the fucking pins fucking removed, which they didn't fucking put me under for that shit. They literally were just like, and you could feel the pin like move. It didn't hurt, but you can, because your nerves aren't inside of you; they're only on the extremities of you. So I could feel it move, but it didn't hurt. And they pulled all 6 pins out like that, and then they took me from that, because that's why I had to have a soft cast, because the pins extended. And then they put the hard cast on me. We all know, like a regular cast. And I was in that, and then they finally took it off. And then I had to go through rehab and have like weights and like have the weights like pull me down, because then my arm wouldn't fucking move anymore. And my arm still doesn't have full function. Like this arm, if I put them both in the same position and go like this arm won't go all the way at the exact same part of my chest.
Yeah.
I'd have to move it over like this to make it hit my chest. If both my arms are in the same position, this one won't go all the way down.
Oh, wow.
All right. And so after all that, go to my grandmother's house. One day I'm in my grandmother's house and I see this picture. And I'm like staring at the picture, and I realize that picture is the person I saw in the painting. I never noticed that picture at my grandmother's house before. Never.
You might have seen it subconsciously.
Maybe seen it subconsciously. Maybe.
Yeah.
But at the time, I was just like, oh my. I am staring at it, and like for an hour. Normally I get to my grandmother's house, we have our own room, we fucking go do whatever. Staring at it. My mother comes over to me and was like, what's wrong? I'm like, I saw this person in the painting, like, while I was under, and then I told her what happened. There's only one thing missing from that picture, though, because it was a picture of my grandfather. He was out at their house in Mexico before he came to this country with my grandmother. And he's in a tank top, and he has Marine Corps tattoos.
And he had a cane with hieroglyphs?
The cane wasn't in the picture. But when I was telling my mother of what I saw, I was talking about the cane too. So my father gets up and goes into my grandmother's closet and comes out with a cane and is like, do you recognize this? And in the cane, it was just a simple cane like that with the grip on it, but it had Aztec symbols all the way down, painted. I'd never seen that cane before in my entire life.
It's him.
I'd never seen it before. So since that time, I always thought, I knew that my grandfather is watching over me, because I'd never met him. But that is, I don't tell that story to people.
That's a harrowing tale, Michael.
It was.
It's kind of creepy.
It's
I
got
don't know if
eerie.
it's got its eerie nuances.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
But that's the only fucking type of creepy fucking story I can tell you without evolving into like rape or something like that.
Okay.
No, I just say that for shock and value because Jordan hates.
Michael's not a rapist.
Yeah, I'm not, but he hates when I use that word during the podcast.
I don't hate it. I just say don't use it as much. You know, like I'm not like against the word if you had a funny joke, but
No, that was just me.
But 9 times out of 10, rape's not that funny.
No, it's not really. I think.
I mean, but if you're talking about a hypothetical situation,
What was your story, bro?
See how I changed? See how I changed the direction of how sad my story
so
was?
I have a story. My story is real as well. It's about my
Ooh.
dad and his way of punishing me as a child.
Mm.
Yes. I don't remember where we were living. All I know is we lived in a trailer, probably somewhere in East Houston, like probably like either Crosby, Channelview, Baytown, one of Pasadena, either one of those 4. Can't remember. But I don't know what I did. I was in trouble for some reason, and my dad wanted to punish me. So it was like nighttime. So he took me and his friend. It was him and his friend, and they put me basically in the back of just like kind of threw me in the back of the truck. I don't know how old I was. I was probably 7 or 8, maybe younger. Who knows? Older than 5 for sure. So I knew it was happening. I
Yeah,
didn't
you knew what
remember
was
it.
going on. You remember.
I don't know where we're going. It's nighttime. We driving out. Middle of them, like it's dark, full dark. It's like 9:30, 10 p.m. Driving, then I hear gravel. We're going down like either a dirt road or a gravel road. Keep driving. I can't see anything. I see trees around me. Just keep driving. And then we stop in the middle of this huge clearing. I couldn't see anything. It was so dark. It's like there was no stars out. All I saw was like a tree line and then lots of gravel where we were. I couldn't see anything. Like could only see like 5 to 10 feet in front of me. My dad forces me out of the car in the middle of this area. And then he closed the door.
All gravel?
Locks it. Gravel. I'm literally like pleading to get back in the car because I'm fucking terrified. Oh.
You have no idea.
By the way, no. They told me where we were going.
Oh, okay.
They called it Gator Alley.
What?
Wow.
Yeah. So I'm in the impression that we're going to places where alligators reside. And, you know, in hindsight, he's probably fucking with me.
Bro, you're fucking 7 or 8 years old. You tell a 7 or 8 year old I'm about to go to Gator Alley.
Because he's because I was in
you're
trouble.
already in trouble.
And when I got in trouble, I was always more terrified than I should be.
I think that's a natural response.
So
if you actually hate, if you're actually human, you always feel more than you should.
I felt bad. And then so now I'm being forced in the car and driven in the middle of the night to Gator Alley.
Oh.
So then I'm literally pleading to get back in the car, crying. My dad is literally driving. He would do this. He would speed up a little bit so I could keep running next to the car. Stop. He'd do that like 3 or 4 times, and eventually just drove off completely. Left me in the middle. I didn't move. I was like, I'm not gonna move from where I am. I'm just gonna sit here. And then the car is gone. I don't see it.
And his dad was with his friend, too.
Yeah, both of them.
Wow.
They are gone. I don't know where they went. I'm just standing there.
Laugh.
And then I'm just like looking around terrified. Like I'm like, where'd they go? What? I'm gonna die. Like I'm dead. That's what I'm thinking at this point. As a child, I'm like, I'm gonna die. So I see in the distance 2 figures. Not really. They didn't look human to me, or maybe I was just so terrified that they didn't. I see just 2 mysterious figures looming in the distance, and I think instantly, alligators.
Of course.
So I'm
Why
just
not?
like,
You're in Gator Alley.
heart's pumping, losing my fucking shit. I have no idea what's gonna happen to me, so I just start running. Literally in the opposite direction of the 2 figures. I just
No
start
shit.
fucking booking it.
And you don't know what direction you're running. You're just running in the opposite
I'm just
direction.
running as fast as I can. and then my dad, because he's fast as shit, he caught up to me and caught me and was just like, "Gotcha, motherfucker!" Or what, you know, like.
So it was your dad and his
It was
friend.
my dad and his friend looming in the distance trying to terrify me. And then once he saw that, because I guess he could see better than I could.
Yeah. He could see you from his angle.
Yeah, and I just was running. He was like, "Oh shit, I better go get him."
Yeah.
Before
Because he was
fucking runs
hiding
into
in the
forest.
shadows. He could probably see you out in the open on the gravel. Yeah.
So I was, yeah, he got me, and then I was like, "All right, I'm good. That
Pretty
was
daunting tale. Bro.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, a little bit.
Damn.
yeah. That's one of my earliest memories I have of my father. Another one was us doing donuts in the Target parking lot in his Firebird.
That's
So it's
pretty
like-
dope.
That's
Yeah,
way.
my-
it's like-
my
that's
dad
way
was a
better-
psycho.
Yeah.
Crackhead.
Yes. There's a good Christmas episode on.
I actually have a couple of things that I could talk about.
Oh,
My dad was like Ricky Bobby's dad. There we go. Sorry, your turn.
No, it's all good.
that explains so much. That's like the perfect. From everything that you've told me, we've talked, and everything you've told me, that like, all right, I'm all right. Yeah, all right. Yeah,
So
I understand. Wow, that was like.
Mark's feeling sick.
Oh, is he really? Hey, just breathe, bro. Just like
Yeah, man, take that fucking jacket off.
take that jacket off. You might be hot with that thing
You're
on.
having heat exhaustion or something. Running around with no AC all day. Whataburger probably
Yeah,
spoiled.
bro, you should definitely cool off a little bit.
Yeah, bro.
Well, what's more chilling than G's next story?
Okay, so I was thinking about telling a time when I think I was visited by like a night visitor. I don't know exactly how to put it, but
Was
it was
it an
like a
alien?
weird case of like sleep paralysis. But
Oh.
but now I'm thinking about telling this weird nightmare I had one time.
Oh, I got some. Yeah. Okay. Good. Yeah. I like that. I like the nightmare shit.
So
Was it reoccurring?
no, I've only had it once,
Oh.
but it was so
Lucky.
Lucky. Vivid though. Like it was
I have
so
demons.
vivid. I remember it. It was years ago that I had this dream. So I wake up in a glass house.
Nice.
Everything around me.
So you shouldn't be throwing any stones.
Absolutely. I mean, I didn't have any
Maybe
stones to
careful.
throw, but
Yeah, you gotta be
but if
careful.
I did, I would have been careful with them. Actually, later on in the dream, stones actually probably would have been useful. But we'll
Right,
get
glass house. You're in
So
it.
literally everything is glass. From the fixtures in the house, the furniture, the ceiling, the roof. I can see the night sky outside. You know, there's a full moon. But it's although there's a full moon, it's still very dark in this house. And I'm traversing this house and I find myself in this long dark corridor. And you know how in the movies, like, they get into the hallway and then the hallway like stretches out and the end of the hallway is like forever. All right, so that kind of happens as I'm walking down the hallway. So like, obviously I start getting creeped out. Like I'm like, so my pace kind of quickens. But as I'm walking, I hear this little, like it's a chittering behind me. Like I don't, like, so like I turn around and I look and I'm like, what's going on? Like, but I don't think anything of it. I keep walking, and then like this little, like a rat, like kind of scurries by me, you know. And like I turn around and I see like beady eyes in this dark cord, like emptiness behind me. Like there's just tons of just beady eyes, and I'm like, fuck. So like I start to run, like I start running like as fast as I can, but it doesn't matter how fast I'm running. I'm not getting to the end of this corridor.
Oh, fuck.
Like, you know how
It's one of those.
you know how sometimes in your dream you feel like you're running, but you're not going anywhere.
Yeah.
So like I'm just like, and like it feels like my legs are putty. Like I'm just like, ugh, like I'm trying to run and I can't run anywhere. And then there's these rats that just start scurrying like past me, 2s by 4s by 8s, like, and I turn
Past
around,
you?
They're going past me. They're going past me into the emptiness. But like I hear like this just thumping sound, you know, like it's just thumping, and I turn, and out of the emptiness, there's just this fucking huge, big ass mama rat that's just like flailing towards me, like, and like around her, there's like a tsunami of rats just like curling down this hallway, just splashing off walls.
Hell
like,
yeah, mama's coming.
towards me, like, and she's just like, "Roar, roar," and I'm like, "Ah, ah," like I can't fucking move. Like, I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Like, and like the last thing I remember before I woke up is just her head just like crashing around my face, like just blackness, like as I wake up. Fucking so creepy and intense. Like I just
Dreams are crazy, man.
Anybody
years
able to-
ago,
Dreams
Anybody-
are the best.
Anybody able to fly in their dreams? Anybody able to fly?
No,
I've flown one time.
Okay. I need to talk to you. All right.
It was dope.
All right. So, I have flown several times, right? The way you fly, like it comes from right here. And it's almost like Iron, like for me, okay? It's like Iron Man that you can, but you don't have any like there's no mechanism, right?
You're drunk.
No,
you're drunk.
You have power. It's like
You're
Superman.
drunk.
No, I'm not drunk. This is an actual dream. I remember this like several times. Like you can push your energy out through your hands and your feet, and then propel yourself and fly. So at the very beginning of the dream, I'm
He's talking about a dream, ladies and gentlemen. You can't fly in real life.
And yeah, it's debatable. All right, so you can push yourself out and then fly. So at the beginning of the dream, like I'm fucking flying, bro. Like over trees. I have been in a jet, so I know. Like,
You don't feel the wind, though, you dummy.
in my dream, I do. I feel
in
the
a jet?
G's. Huh?
In a jet?
In a jet, you feel what's called G's.
Yeah.
It's a gravitational force based on every
It's
single
not like
turn
wind,
that you
though,
make.
is it?
No, but it fucking makes your head go like, all right. If you go one direction, you have to be prepared for it.
That's why I just do like this.
That's why whenever you see those pilots are all like, "Ugh." But no, I'm just talking about my dream, okay? It's a fucking dream. But like I can fly.
Dream is
But then
dumb.
eventually in the dream, I'll lose the ability to fly at the very end of the dream. Like, it's not like Spider-Man, okay? But it's like the liftoff, all right? Because the hardest part to me was like the liftoff, and then I tried the running liftoff. And I get some traction, and I could fly, and then I'd come down, and then I tried the vertical liftoff, and I just like, can't do it.
Bro, you gotta spirit science harder.
Damn, bro. I gotta meditate.
My
I
flight.
get
Meditate
some
on
crystals on that shit. Speaking of which, have you seen The Cabin on Netflix?
Yes.
That first episode was
With Bert
hilarious.
Kreischer, with Caitlyn.
Oh my god.
Caitlyn Jenner. Or
I
whatever.
didn't. I stopped. I was on board, and then the second episode, Caitlyn Jenner, are you fucking kidding me? I hate this bitch.
Have you watched that? Did you watch that episode? It's
I
so
watched like half of it.
horrible.
It's terrible. It's terrible.
I'm
You'll know
watching-
what I mean if you saw the first 2 episodes of
No,
what
I
we're
didn't.
talking
I'm
about.
watching
I
the
didn't
next
watch
one
it.
tonight. Oh,
Then I watched Moneyball after that. I was like, yeah, fuck it, I'm switching to Moneyball.
That's what
and
I'm
then
talking
I
about.
watched that movie's fucking awesome.
that movie's so amazing, isn't it?
So good.
So good.
That was speaking of flight,
no.
or did you say that was speaking of dreams? The segue into that. What was-
Oh,
Yes.
what was? I don't know how I got to that.
You got it though. It was a good transition.
I don't know how I got
It was a good transition.
I'm sure we
bro.
did.
Let's check the
Somehow.
tape on
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Somehow. We'll fix it in post.
Moneyball, bro. How great
Right.
is that movie, bro?
No lie, I really feel like all of y'all scary stories got to me. Because,
Oh,
like,
all the negative energy.
no, man. Like, first it was the
He felt the
chills, then it was
boogeyman.
the sweats, then
You
like,
look pretty upset when
the
I
chill
was
sweat.
talking.
It was the drink. That's what it was. Cause I've had that feeling before, bro.
Man, it wasn't anything I ate, and I didn't throw up. I didn't even
No,
have
no,
to
no,
take a
I-
dump.
I
That's
know.
why I'm like, what the fuck is happening to me? Now the scary stories are gone. I feel fine, and I was like, even the weed's not helping. What's going on? Y'all stories fucked with me, man.
I'm sorry, Mark. Maybe
Sorry,
we should,
bro.
we should
It's Halloween,
we
bro.
should
You
end the-
gotta
we should-
get ready there.
What's maybe call
In the
this?
comments below, leave which one you think is the best scary story.
That's a
Which
good
one is the most harrowing?
Yeah.
Yeah, because G says
We didn't drink
all
any of
of
those
them are
beers.
harrowing.
Oh, let's try one.
Yeah, let's
All
let's
right.
try
Because
one.
this one
Power
was
through them real quick.
intriguing.
I'm not trying any of them.
This
Y'all
one
power
was
through them
so
real quick.
intriguing. It's called the Salty Lady, and I really hope it doesn't taste like a salty lady.
Oh, I hope it does.
I really hope it doesn't.
These
You know
are
that's
the.
your type.
These. Oh no.
Nah, no.
Oh no no no.
You like them salty ladies.
They should make them. They should call it the Karen.
The Karen. Have y'all seen Jennifer's Body?
Bro.
Have y'all
Yeah,
seen
bro.
that movie, Jennifer's
Why
Body?
did you?
G? Seen Jennifer's Body?
No.
That movie's awesome.
Why
She put
did you
that
bring
cigarette
that?
out on her
What is
tongue.
that?
I feel you hate that beer so much you hated my question.
That, bro.
You didn't even read it.
This is how I feel every week.
A tart and refreshing gose.
Open the fuzzy navel, that'll help.
Tart is never good. So why would it be on favorite?
Oh, that's
Jordan,
so.
I'm kind of with you, bro.
All right, ladies and
That's like
gentlemen, this is
whenever-
what we call the wrap-up ending
Party.
Wrap-up
the
party.
fuzzy
Yeah, the
navel.
wrap-up
This is
party.
where we
I
just
hope
ramble
it's
on
wrapping
about
up.
You know
stupid
how
shit.
beers-
Yeah.
You can
Are
just
just-
kind of
This is the only time where we're actually allowed to talk over each other, right?
Yeah, you can talk over each other as much as you want in this section because this is basically like the ending of the episode.
You know how
Better.
you know how beer
Any,
tastes nasty
any
when it gets
stupid
hot?
thoughts?
That's what that tastes like.
Yeah,
when
it's
cold.
terrible. I assume.
That's actually good.
Fuzzy navel. That's peach. I assume.
It
Yep.
tastes like throw up, like bile. You know, like that's what it tastes like to me.
The
Like when you
salty
throw up
lady.
and you don't have anything in your stomach.
Oh,
Like,
it's disgusting.
that tastes. Like,
So it did taste like a salty lady.
oh man,
Well,
like
hand me the can.
like the saltiest of like.
Let's give it
like,
a little
she
expose.
just got out of Galveston.
A tart and
And
refreshing
she
ghost.
was like, no, I don't even want to say it. It's too dirty. Like, I don't want to say it.
Oh, you know what we can say?
dirty.
Thank you guys. Episode brought to you by Man Great. Let's talk
Oh
about
my God.
Man Great.
Why are we talking about Man Great?
Because it's the holiday season's coming up, bro.
We're
You
gonna
can
say
get
they
some Man
sponsor us.
Great.
Do you think we can get in trouble if we say they sponsor us?
No, I think they would be
They
happy.
should
that
Man
they
Great
would.
sponsors
Man
us.
Great should sponsor us.
Yeah, you need to get 4 Man
We would
Greats
talk about
to
you
complete
guys
your
all the
Man
time.
Hold
Great
up, but
set.
Man Great's pretty expensive. Let's just.
But you need 4 of them, though.
But with 3 easy payments of $25.99, it
Exactly.
could be yours.
and a free
Exactly.
carrying case and a paring knife.
No, it comes with like a grill fucking scrubbing thing too.
A grill brush.
A grill
A
brush.
great grill brush.
A grill.
A steel grated grill brush.
Oh, okay, steel grated grill
Grill
brush.
fucking scrubbing.
Also,
thing. I like it.
I know
There
it's a
are
week
cast
later.
iron grates,
Cast
grilling
iron.
cast iron grilling grates. Meat, chicken has never tasted better.
So much good. So much good.
What about vegetables?
Fuck
can do
vegetables,
Grill
bro?
all your vegetables on the Man Great.
You can do kebabs,
with
pineapple, red onion,
and tinfoil.
chicken,
And
What about
tinfoil.
shrimp, Jordan?
shrimp for all you shrimp eaters.
Like shrimp on the Barbie.
Like you Australian folks, I know you like this and watch.
Also, our pumpkin's better than their pumpkin.
Look, relax.
I'd
Actually,
say
we
they-
won that contest.
They won the contest that was
Whether or
fake.
not
I'm
it
good, bro.
aged well is up for debate.
No,
But
that's the whole
I feel
point
like
of the
I should just
holiday
smash
season.
it.
That should be a
I'm
part.
gonna smash it.
Tara Reid didn't age
I
well.
say we have a whole video about
No, just-
smashing the pumpkin.
I
Tara
say
Reid's left
smash.
tit.
Real short, not right now.
it on the ground.
What do you think, Michael?
it on the ground.
You think we should smash?
I definitely should.
You want to do it now?
No, I'm not gonna smash. That's too much of a mess. We're not
No.
doing that
We
shit
can get
now.
2
No.
really nice clips.
We can maybe should we go to the like smash it on someone's car?
Sir.
Fuck.
The
Just like
security,
take off.
the security guard that's in the back that
We
never
can hit
moved.
him with
Yes,
it.
let's do that to
We can hit
him. Fuck
him
that
with
guy.
Both of them.
Both of them. We can fuck
We
that
need to
car
leave
up.
them out for a day though, so they're soft. So we can just drive by real quick. We need to.
And then we play. We get the video, and then
No,
we
no.
play Smashing Pumpkins like Rat
We
in the
have
Cage
to.
in
No,
the
we can't
background.
drive cars because we all park here often. So we have to get ski masks. All 4 of us just run, and then just
Blake,
throw the pumpkins.
edit this part out.
Blake,
Yeah,
edit the
this part.
illegal activity out. That's not illegal. That's
Kind of
just
hard
like
with
that's like
underage
ruckus.
drinking. I'm like 17, bro.
That's what she said.
Hey,
Okay,
my guy
think,
over here.
I think we can now maybe wrap it up. Everyone, give your final
Hey, episode
goodbyes.
52,
Thank
guys.
you
Thanks for having me
watching
Always
this
fun.
episode. Yes, this is always a good time.
Ghosts are scary. Be careful.
Mark got scared tonight.
Be careful of the monsters under your bed. Ah.
Stop, bro. Sleep on the floor now.
Can you turn the nightlight on? I gotta piss.